Manzella here at English Turn. I talked to you about the flying elbow. Is it something that you want? Is it desirable? Is it a flaw? First thing is, not too long ago, the 2009 All-Star celebration, baseball All-Stars, you got the home run derby, right? You didn't really see too many low elbows in the home run derby. See that in the church softball league though. Those guys all had their arms up like this, and the bat sort of between their elbows, and their arms a little wide. And if you did that in golf, you took that baseball position and you bent it over for golf, maybe made it a little longer backswing, you might call that a flying elbow. Jack Nicklaus famously had what a lot of people call the flying elbow. What exactly, let's define it, what exactly is the flying elbow? Well, basically, a lot of people think you should have that arm straight down, that right forearm straight down and the elbow down, and maybe even have the elbows really close together the whole backswing. That works for a lot of people because it puts you in a position when your elbow's down much more similar to impact than if you did sort of a baseball position where your elbows are wide. There's no baseball player in the world who looks this wide at impact with the baseball. So what is the advantages and disadvantages of the wide elbows? Well, wise man once said it's a lot easier to move to a position than to hold a position. So when you get the wide elbows, you're able to, when you make your step, you're able to pull the bat into position for good impact. Same thing in golf. When that elbow is wide, you're able to pull the club back into position. The thread on my forum at brianmanzella.com that shows this is about flying elbows. We have one of our friends, Richie, say that, well, it's a really good thing, this wider elbows, for people who want to pull the club back into position, like a pure swinging motion. And I have to agree with him. I certainly wouldn't want to get wide elbows and push anything. You don't see any baseball players pushing. They're taking their step and they're pulling with all of their might, their stomach and their hands and everything, to get into this home run position. They may do a little elbow pull back to so-called shorten their radius. But under no circumstances are they not pulling on the bat as hard as they can. They may be pushing too, but they're pulling as hard as they can. So in golf, I find, 27 years I've been teaching, that the newer a golfer is, the more likely they'll be able to get some use out of having the elbow more down because it's closer to being like an impact. Where a more experienced golfer that may have learned that at some point might have over-rotated this whole left arm club unit they call the flying wedge in the golfing machine and get the club too open. In my opinion, Tiger Woods has this situation. So those people might benefit from having a little more inside hand path and a little deeper right elbow to keep the club in between their elbows and not lay the club off. Look at pictures of Jack Nicklaus, especially from his book, The Full Swing, where they have a bunch of different down the line views, and you'll see that Jack never got that club over there where Tiger does. Neither does Tom Watson, who almost won the Open Championship here in 2009. So it's something you might want to try, especially if you're laying the club off, and especially if you feel like you pull the club into impact.